Welcome back to the Deep Dive. Today we're getting into a text that it takes this metaphor we all know, the lotus flower, and basically turns our whole idea of peace on its head.
Right.
I always pictured peace as, a calm, perfect place, a
Yep.
white room, no phone, total silence. But this source says if your peace depends on that, it's not peace, it's just fragility.
It's a pretty strong argument. The author basically says that real peace is rooted in, well, mud. That the lotus doesn't bloom despite the muck, it blooms because of it.
Okay, but that just sounds, it's poetic, but it goes against every instinct, doesn't it? If I'm in a muddy situation, a toxic job, whatever, my first thought is, I have to get out.
Of course, and the text doesn't say you shouldn't. It makes this really critical distinction between your environment and your internal state.
Okay,
It defines peace not as, the absence of problems, but as the absence of internal resistance to reality.
yeah.
The lotus doesn't fight its environment.
So it doesn't try to move to a cleaner pond.
Exactly. And when you stop burning all that energy just wishing the mud was here, you can actually use that energy to grow.
To metabolize it instead of fighting it.
That's it. That's the whole mechanism. The mud becomes fuel.
But what about the risk? If you accept the mud, don't you just get dirty? The source talks about selective peace, saying the petals stay clean even though it sits in murky water. How does that even work?
I think the author sees it as an active filtering system. The text says the flower does not cling.
Does not cling.
Psychologically, that's a boundary. It's the difference between, say, feeling stressed and becoming your stress. You let the experience pass through you, fuel you, but you don't let it become your identity.
I see. That makes sense.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, if I'm trying to meditate and my neighbor starts tap dancing, forced peace is me sitting there gritting my teeth pretending I don't hear it.
And just getting angrier and angrier.
Right. Until I just explode.
And the text warns about that. It says, forced peace collapses, grown peace holds. Because that grown peace is structural. It grows at the pace the stem can support.
You can't rush it.
No. If you do, the whole thing just falls apart at the first sign of trouble.
Which brings me to the part I found most relieving, actually. The idea of rhythm. We have this idea that we have to be like zen and peaceful 24/7 or we're failing.
Yeah, this always-on wellness thing.
But a real lotus doesn't stay open all the time.
No, it would die. It closes up at night, it retreats. And that retreat isn't a failure, it's a necessary part of the cycle. You need the engagement and the retreat.
The source says it does not apologize for blooming. And it doesn't apologize for closing either. It just follows the light.
And that's what leads to the final transformation, which is really the payoff. When you stop resisting and start filtering, your whole relationship with your difficulties, it flips.
How so?
The text lists it out. Mud becomes nourishment, water becomes support, and light becomes your orientation.
So the swamp isn't something to escape anymore. It's the pantry.
Exactly. The text calls it an emergence, not an escape. Escape means you're just running, and the problems usually follow you. Emergence means you rise out of the reality of it, fully intact.
Wow. So life can be complicated and messy without being overwhelming. You stay open,
Yeah.
but you have that filtration system. That feels, it feels a lot more possible than trying to build a life with no problems at all.
It's a piece built for the real world, not some fantasy.
It's definitely changing how I'm looking at my to-do list for today. We hope this deep dive helps you look at your own mud a little differently.
And before you go, here's something to think about. If peace is about transforming your relationship with pain rather than just rejecting it, what current mud in your life might actually be nourishment waiting to be used?
Thanks for listening. We'll see you next time.